We've all been on both sides of this coin. You get customer service that's so good, it just makes your day. But then there's the other kind, the kind that's so bad, it makes you want to tear your hair out. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain and see what really separates the great from the, well, truly aggravating.
Oh, you know the call I'm talking about. You've been on hold forever, you've told your story to 3 different people, and you are absolutely no closer to getting your problem solved. It's a frustratingly common experience, isn't it?
And here's the thing, that frustration you feel, it's really a symptom of a massive challenge for businesses. Being great, consistently, over and over again, is one of the hardest things to pull off. And yeah, having friendly people on the phone is great, but that's just one piece of a way bigger puzzle. The real secret weapon is having a bulletproof system running things behind the scenes. Okay, so here's our game plan for this explainer. First, we'll talk about that struggle. Then, we'll introduce a framework built to fix it. We're going to break down its 4 main pillars, get a handle on the whole ecosystem of who's delivering service, and finally, look at why getting this right is such a huge deal. All right, let's start with the big question. Why is consistently great service so hard to find? What's the real challenge here that makes it so tough for so many companies? When you really boil it all down, the mission of any customer service operation is actually pretty simple. It's just 3 things. Solve the customer's problem fast, do it in a way that doesn't break the bank, and, this one's key, make it as easy as possible for the customer. Sounds simple, right? But actually doing that every single day is where it gets incredibly tricky. And that complexity, well, that's what brings us to the solution. You can't just hope for the best. You need a playbook, a system. And that system is called the COPC CX Standard. It was designed from the ground up to help companies nail that simple mission, time and time again. Now, the most important thing to get here is that this is not just a list of suggestions or best practices. A much better way to think about it is like an operating system, an OS, for the entire customer service department. It's a complete framework to build, manage, and constantly tune up everything they do. And this isn't some brand new idea either. This thing was put together way back in 1996 by an absolute dream team of companies. I mean, we're talking about the heavy hitters who were basically inventing modern customer service. Microsoft, Dell, American Express. These were companies that lived and died by their customer interactions, and they needed a way to manage it on a massive scale. So what's under the hood of this operating system? How does it actually work? Well, it's all built on 4 fundamental pillars. Think of this as the blueprint for building a world-class operation. And just look at this table. It tells you so much about the philosophy here. I mean, check out those point values. Leadership, people, super important, for sure. But look where the real weight is. Processes, how you actually do the work, is huge. And then performance gets a whopping 2,000 points. That tells you everything you need to know. This system is obsessed with results you can actually measure. The whole idea is you can't improve what you don't measure. It forces everyone to focus on real-world outcomes, not just, trying hard. Okay, now think about the last time you contacted a company. Who were you actually talking to? It's often a little more complex than you'd think. Let's take a look at what we call the customer experience, or CX, ecosystem. As you can see here, it's hardly ever a simple straight line from the company to you. It's more like a web. You've got internal teams, you've got outside partners, different kinds of technology, and they all have to work together perfectly to give you a good experience. So first up, you have CSPs, customer service providers. These are the in-house folks, the home team. When you call your phone company and talk to one of their reps, chances are you're talking to a CSP. But then you've got OSPs, outsourced service providers. These are the external companies, the specialists that other brands hire to handle their customer service. So that tech support call you made to a big electronics company, you might have been talking to a completely different company, an OSP, that just focuses on that. And service from either of those groups can come in 2 flavors. Human-assisted, talking to an actual person, or technology-assisted, like dealing with a website or a chatbot. And this is exactly why a system like the COPC standard is so crucial. It creates a common language and a single standard of quality, no matter who or what is delivering the service. Okay, so you might be thinking, wow, this sounds like a lot of work. All these processes, all this measuring, managing all these different partners. Why on earth would a company go through all that trouble? What's the big payoff? Well, the answer is right here, and it's pretty compelling. It's not just about warm, fuzzy feelings. Getting certified under the standard has a real, tangible business impact. We're talking about driving up satisfaction, efficiency,
and revenue. This isn't a cost center, it's a core business strategy.
When you get it right, it creates this amazing triple win. First, your customers are happy because you solved their problem without making them jump through hoops. Second, the business is healthier because happy customers stick around and spend more money. And third, your whole operation just gets smarter, more efficient, and less expensive to run. It's a cycle where everybody comes out ahead. So I'm going to leave you with this one last thought. The next time you deal with a company and everything is just smooth, easy, and painless, stop and ask yourself, was that just a lucky break with one really good employee? Or were you just on the receiving end of a world-class system working exactly the way it was designed to?